Well, hello there. Get this day started. Seatbelts on, headlights on, all the lights are good. I think there might be a very small leak on somewhere between my glad hand hookups on the trailer to possibly let's see, around right here, I guess. To possibly my tires. I don't know. I've looked for it. I can't find it. But it's got to be super small because I just took a 10-hour break and it didn't leak off a whole lot of air, but I can tell it leaked off some, which is why I never set my trailer brakes. I always leave air to my trailer brakes. I know a lot of people set their trailer brakes. I don't do that because it'll tell you if you have a leak or not. Damn, shouldn't be in here. But it'll tell you if you have a leak or not if you leave your air to your trailer. So I do, especially picking up a different trailer that I haven't had yet. I'm probably exiting out of the wrong place here, maybe not. But anyways, just wanted to say good evening, because it definitely ain't morning. It's like 9:45 at night here, and got my Folgers in my cup though, and on the road again. I'll probably do some filming in Albuquerque. When I go through Albuquerque, maybe there'll be some pretty lights. That's the only city that's really worth looking at. Down I-40 here until you get to Flagstaff. But Flagstaff you really can't see too much from I-40. So it's nighttime right now, so won't be much to really record. Won't be very many views. I hate that. I really wish the sun was coming up, but it's not. And I've got to run. I've got to get on the road. So it is what it is. I can't help that. Like I said, maybe do some filming through Albuquerque, and then I'm going to stop some point in time. May push all the way to the scenic pull off and take a few hour break there before I head on down to Phoenix. But I definitely want to stop there. One of the reasons why is because it's a scenic area and I always stop there. It's beautiful. It's got a beautiful view. So I may stop there, do some recording there, and then head on down to Phoenix, because it should be daylight by then. And I'm definitely going to film going down that mountain, so that way this truck's got 305,000 miles on it. Like I said, I think it's been run through the ringer, so we'll see. Hopefully she don't fail on me, and if she does, hopefully there's a truck ramp I can get to really fast. So, but either way, safe trip down or runaway truck, we're going to catch it on video. So I'll catch y'all in a little bit. So I've gotten a couple of messages on my Qualcomm that my reefer's giving off an alarm, something about the starter circuit. So I'm gonna pull over here and we're gonna check it out, see what we can find, if anything. I mean it's running right now, so I don't know what the deal would be, but we are gonna check it out, see if we can figure it out.
At the roundabout, take the second exit in a half mile.
cleared the alarm code and see what happens. Right now it's the status okay, which you guys can't even hardly see it. I can't hardly see it myself. That screen is not in the best condition. Plus, I've noticed that recording at night sucks. Like, especially like when I don't know, well, that don't look too bad, but when I do the zoom in, it makes all the lights brighter. Oh, I don't know why. But see, that's zoomed in. You can see how bright the lights look. Zoom out, it don't look as bad. Of course, the windshield's nasty. I don't have any of my cleaning products. So, but anyways, I reset that alarm to see if that helps any. Again, just something that I have to deal with out here. All right, we made it to the scenic view, and look at the beauty. This is one of my favorite places to stop. Eyesore. Alright, a mile ahead is an 18-mile downgrade, the downgrade I'm talking about. And right down there is the road. You see that truck? I'm zoomed in. About what the truck looks like to me from where I'm standing. So you can see the road goes down into that valley. And along that road is a steep downgrade. One of the steepest ones I've been down. Alright, story time. I actually recorded this a minute ago, but I'm going to redo it because now the reefer's not running. It was loud. I mean, crazy loud. So, anyways, I stopped 3 times on the way to this scenic view. I got a clip of the first time I stopped that you guys will see earlier in the video. I had reefer issues. Kept getting an alarm saying starter circuit problems. So you'll see that I stopped and I was checking on it. And I ended up shutting the camera off because well, actually that time I just reset the alarm. When you reset it, sometimes sometimes these reefers will give off codes and you can reset them, and it may never give off another code from there on. But during that time, after I shut the camera off, I realized I had brake light problems on my trailer. I noticed when I was about to take off, I would hit the brakes, and I noticed it didn't seem like my brake lights on my trailer was lighting up. So I got back out and I checked my pigtail right here, and it had a bad connection. So I undid it, and looked inside there and messed with it, and put it back in there, and I don't know, just got a bad connection. So I've been keeping an eye on it. It seems like it's been doing fine since then. Of course, now that it's daylight, I can't really see back here when I hit my brakes. It was nighttime at that point in time, and I could see good. So, but anyways, I got it working. I checked it every now and again on the way here when it was still dark. Worked, everything was working fine. So second stop, I stopped for about 3 hours and got some rest. This schedule that I'm running on since I've been back on the road has got me kind of screwed up. So I stopped and got a little more rest because I was tired. Got back on the road. little piece later, started getting alarm codes again. Same issue, but this time got a second code that said engine failure to start. Look back here, and you can see right here I've got this is to the reefer. So anytime that I have any problems like giving off a code, or if the temperature gets out of range of what I have it set at or anything like that, this yellow light will come on. So that yellow light was on. This one up here is tire inflation. You can see it says tire inflation. So if I'm having any tire problems or if I got a pretty bad air leak, that'll come on. So I had to pull over again. This time the reefer wasn't running. Watch your step. The reefer wasn't running because of the bad circuit problem. So I climbed in here, and as you can see, it's really tight. You can see how close I've got the camera to the door and to the and to me. So I got up in here, and I'll show you guys. Right here's the starter. Of course, here's your power, your negative, a couple of other little wires coming in here, and they've got fuses. I got in here. I messed with these connections, and you know, got it going, and it seemed to be fine after that. Messed with those connections, and then of course your battery. Show you the motor a little bit. Up in there, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the radiator hose right here. The coolant, there's a coolant tank up there. So anyways, I played with those wire connections there for a little while, and messed with the battery connections, because you have some wire connection stuff coming in here. So I wiggled all them wires around, messed with them for a little while, and got it going. Everything seemed to be fine. I did end up stopping again, and it was funny because I stopped for a bathroom break, and when I stopped, was having reefer issues again. Was giving off them same codes. So I pulled in there, and went in, or reset the alarms, went in, used the restroom. When I come back, still wouldn't start. Reefer still wasn't starting. So I got back in there. This time I, took some of the wires connections apart, and tried cleaning on them a little bit. Now since then I haven't had no issues. That's the thing though. That's the thing I hate about not being in my other truck, because in my other truck I have my toolbox. And in, of course, in my toolbox I got my tools that I can use to work on stuff like that. So, small issues like that anyway. I mean, if it's something major, then I just got to take it somewhere. But something like that, where I think it's just probably a loose connection, I can mess with it a little bit, and get things going again. So I haven't had no issues since then, which is a good thing. And maybe I won't have any issues. They got a Thermo King down in Phoenix, so if I do, I'll take it there. Great thing about Prime, they got drop yards everywhere. So if I was to have to take it to Thermo King and drop it off there, especially hopefully after I get empty, I can run over to the drop yard and pick up another trailer. Because Thermo King will allow you to drop trailers there and pick them up later, or have someone pick them up later. I don't know, they may move them for you too. I really don't know. I know I've had to drop them at Carrier before. Actually, I don't know what I'm thinking, because that's who makes the reefer unit, is Carrier. Thermo King is my APU. So I keep saying Thermo King. It's not Thermo King, it's Carrier. So I've had to drop them off at Carrier before, and, dropped them and then picked up a new trailer. They actually had an empty there and took off with it. But yeah, that's that's my fun story from here to from when I got from that TA this morning or last night to here. Always something, man. Always something. All right, we're gonna hit this downgrade. Let's hope for the best. Well, I made it to Love's down here in Phoenix. I'm across the street from my delivery. It's right, pretty much straight in front of me. I would get out and show you, but it is hot here, and my APU and air conditioner is gonna have to run non-stop to keep it at what it's at. I've even got my curtain pulled all the way. I usually don't pull that one. I usually just do the one that goes across the front windshield, because I like for it to be open. It makes me feel like there's more room, you know. But it's so hot here that with that sun beating straight down, because it's only 12 here. But with that sun beating straight down, it's gonna get too hot in here for that APU and air conditioner to keep up. I may still end up having to start my truck and just run the truck air for it to stay cool in here, because I'm sure it's going to get hotter, because like I said, it's only noon, and typically, you know, between 2 and 4 o'clock are the hottest parts of the day. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. I'll end up falling out of here like Ace Ventura falling out of that mechanical rhino's butt. If you've ever watched Ace Ventura, if you haven't, you need to watch that movie. It's hilarious. Yeah, I made it here. Made it down the hill. It really wasn't as bad as I remember. I was thinking it was worse than that. Even my wife said that one scared her more than any hill, you know, mountain we had went down. But she hasn't been down as many mountains as I've been down. I think that one's called Cabbage Hill. I've been down it once. It's pretty bad. But made it down there. Made it down here to Phoenix with no problems out of this truck. I mean, the only problems I had was out of that reefer. So that's a good thing. My confidence has went up in this truck. I wasn't so sure before, but it's went up. I'm not gonna let it go up too high, because just the way my luck goes, you know, as soon as I feel like I'm 100% confident, something will happen, and it'll knock my confidence back down, knock me back down. It'll hurt my feelings. So yeah, I'm not gonna get too optimistic about it. Reefer's doing good though. You know, messed with them wires and cleaned on them a little bit, and you know, wiggled some of them around to check the connections and stuff like that, and seems to be doing good. It's running wide open. Of course, I don't know when the last time it is to shut off, because again, it's hot and the sun's beating right down on it. So it'll run non-stop. The only thing I have to worry about now is possibly running out of reefer fuel, because I couldn't get reefer fuel at the last place I stopped, because the driver that was in front of me, Werner driver, I guess decided to take his 30-minute break. He pulled up just enough for me to get fuel in my truck, and then he never left. And I was like, man, I ain't got time to wait on him. He didn't seem like he spoke too good of English, so I didn't even bother, you know, messing with him. I just backed up and left. I went around the long way on the parking lot, and he was still sitting there. So, I was just talking about this in the video yesterday about having to deal with horrible drivers out here, man. I mean, I don't care where you come from. You would think that you would have enough common sense to have enough consideration for other drivers. We're all drivers out here. We're all in the same situation. We're all in the same boat. We're all somewhat in a hurry. We've got a trip that we planned. Well, if you're any good at your job, you plan it. There's a lot of them out here I don't think plan. They just come rolling in wide open and hope for the best. But, you know, still, even for those guys, we're all on a time schedule. Even whether you plan or not, we're all on a time schedule. This was a small Lowe's. Most truck stops have a yellow line so you can pull up from the fuel pump and leave enough room for another truck to be able to get fuel in their truck and the reefer. This place wasn't like that. It was too small for that. It didn't even have the yellow line up there. He pulled up anyway, but he was blocking another truck. He was blocking the exit for the guy that was at the pump at the fuel outlet next to us. So this guy clearly has no common sense of how this stuff needs to work, or he just didn't care. But please have enough sense about yourself and consideration for the people, for other truck drivers. I mean, my gosh, you're a truck driver. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't like it if someone did that to you. So don't do it to other people. It's ridiculous. I don't understand. All he had to do was just, actually, there was trucks pulling on the street. There was enough room for him to have pulled out of the exit, because he was right there, pulled out of the exit and pulled onto the street, parked on the side of the street, and got out of my way. So yeah, I didn't get any reefer fuel. I just left. I was so aggravated, because first off, when I pulled up, he had the pump, or the can't even think of what they're called, the nozzles in his fuel tanks. He wasn't even there though. He was inside. Clearly wasn't even pumping fuel. He put the nozzles in his fuel tank. When he come back and he seen me, you could tell he had a little bit more of a pep in his step. He threw his stuff in his truck, was drinking a coffee, sat it down, and then started pumping his fuel. Pumped it, got his DF, so I was already sitting there for a while, so I was already aggravated. And I just didn't want to get, I thought, man, I don't want to get no confrontation with nobody. I'm just, I don't have time for this crap. I'm backing out. I'm leaving. So that's what I did. I mean, really, I did have time for it, but it aggravates me so much that people like that, they don't think about anybody else but themselves. Kills me. Sorry. Don't mean to get off on a rant. Anyways, everything else is good so far. I haven't had any other problems or any other issues. Praise the Lord. But just wait, because I will. I always do. Yeah. I'll deliver this thing early in the morning. My appointment's at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll see what tomorrow holds for me. Hopefully it's at least as good as this trip or better. So, but you guys stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next vid.